1. Clapping. Failing an exam and still have that much audacity to watch movies instead of studying. Very good. If there is any competition for shamelessness, then I am sure you will definitely get gold medal in that. Said in deep, scary voice. 2. Scared baby voice. No, Hyang. I wasn't. 1. Super scary. What aren't you watching? When I myself caught you watching the movies, then you started lying, huh? Slapped him again. 2. I'm not lying, Hyang. Please trust me. I was studying whole day. 1. Angrily shouts. Kim Jimin, stop lying right now. You were studying, right? Go and bring your books here. Let me see how much you were studying. Jimin was very scared. He didn't dare to move from his place, so his Hyang again shouts, Go! Jimin, I'm going, Hyang. He quickly went to his room and brought his books. His Hyang angrily threw his blazer and sat on the couch. Within a minute, Jimin came there and gave him his book by shaky hands. He was very scared from his Hyang. 2. Took the books and started asking questions. Tell me, what do you mean by? Jimin stayed silent. What's the difference between this and that? Jimin again stayed silent. He asked 10 questions while grinding his teeth, but Jimin didn't give the answer of any question, not even a single answer, which made him more pissed off. He didn't waste any time and slapped him with his full force. Jimin falls on the floor and his lips start bleeding. 1. Angrily shouts, This is how you studied? You didn't even know the single answer and you said you were studying for whole day. You have this much dare to lie in front of me. I think you didn't escape from me anymore. That's why you dare to lie, right? Quickly unbuckled his thick leather belt and wrapped around his hand. Jimin quickly shook his head vigorously. No, Hyang. I was. But before he could say anything, his Hyang gave him the first hit and he screamed in pain. I am Kim Taehyung, Asia's biggest mafia. Nobody dared to open their mouth in front of me and hear my own brother effortlessly lying in front of me without any fear, angrily said while hitting him from the belt. Jimin screamed his lungs out, while hitting him. You know what, Jimin? You are just a useless. You are a big black spot on my image. You are just a disappointment. I'm so ashamed to have you as my brother. I don't know why I am bearing this useless thing. I know whatever I say to you or do with you, it will never gonna affect you because you are too shameless boy. I beat you daily. Not even a single day you spent without getting hit. I'm tired of beating you, but see, you are still shameless. You don't even have a slightest shame, just useless. They keep hitting him by the belt for an hour by saying hurtful words to him. Jimin was keep screaming in pain. After beating him like an animal, he threw the belt and went to his room, not before saying him to come in his room in 30 minutes. Jimin stood up with the help of couch and went to his room while limping. He couldn't walk properly because of this much beatings. Jimin came into his room with his books. He quickly placed his books on the bed and went to washroom to take shower. He came into shower area after removing his clothes. He screamed in pain when water touched his bruises. He was kept screaming in pain. His back was filled with red and blue marks. Blood were coming out from some of his bruises. Some bruises are new, whereas some are old. They always beat him with the thick leather belt without any mercy and left him without doing any aftercare. Jimin never put any ointment on his bruises because he can't apply ointment on his back. Right now he is screaming in pain. This washroom's wall are witness of his unbearable pain. Author's point of view. Their relationship isn't like this before. Jimin stays heartbeat his life. He always take care of Jimin just like his son. He always pampered him. In return, Jimin also gave the same love and respect. He never did anything which is against his Hyang's will. He is the well-mannered boy. He is topper of his university. It all started from 6 months ago. 6 months ago, when Jimin was in his first semester of university, he got 98% in his first semester. He happily came to his Hyang to show him his result. He saw his Hyang was busy in meetings, so he put his result on his room and went from there. T was already very disturbed from few days, as he is the biggest mafia, so he has many rivals too. He was very stressed because of his mafia's work. When he came into his room at midnight, he found Jimin's result on the bed. A sweet smile crept on his lips by the thought that his brother again topped the university. He happily took the result, but after seeing the result, his eyes turned widened. He angrily went to Jimin's room and found he was sleeping peacefully. He grabbed the jug of water in his hand and directly threw it on Jimin's face. He hurriedly woke up and found T is angrily looking at him. But before Jimin could say anything, T slapped him harshly while shouting. He was very angry because Jimin was failed in his exams. T lost his sense and started beating him with the thick leather belt. He didn't give Jimin any chance to speak anything, as he is a mafia, so his punishment will be the worst. From that day, he started beating Jimin mercilessly. He beated Jimin every single day. He didn't bother to check the result properly or go to university and do some inquiry about this matter. He believed that Jimin failed. On the other hand, Jimin was 19 years old, a cheerful boy who found happiness in every single thing. But T's this behavior and daily beatings turned him an emotionless boy. He started skipping his meals. He only eat one time, and that too when T was at home. If any day T went early on his work, then Jimin didn't eat anything. He was weak. He only wear black clothes because in black color his brushes didn't visible. T's hurtful words broke him completely. He went into serious depression. But T failed to notice Jimin's changed behavior. He took out Jimin's every electronic gadgets, even mobile too. He wasn't allowed to do anything. He is only allowed to go to his university. He started overworking. He didn't take proper sleep. He studied all the day, but study never happened with depressed mind. He knows all the answer of T's question, but words couldn't went out from his mouth because of fear. Jimin took the shower and wore some black colored clothes and instead went to T's room with his books. He knows T called him for studies. In T's room, T was sitting on his bed and waiting for Jimin. He was still very angry. His anger is increasing by the time, not because of Jimin, because of his work. He is already very busy. He forgot to notice Jimin's changing behavior. He was lost in his thought. Then suddenly he heard a knock on the door. He knew it is Jimin, so he called him inside by his scary voice. T coldly, "Come and sit here." Jimin sat in front of T on the bed. "Did you bring your books and notebooks?" Jimin, scared, "Yes, Hyang." T took his books and gave him some sums to solve the sums. Jimin, "Oh, okay, Hyang." Jimin was solving the sum and T was keeping his eyes on his notebook. Out of his scaredness, he did a mistake. T harshly hit on his chunkles by hand brush, and Jimin immediately dropped the pen and started rubbing his chunkles to lessen the pain while crying hard. T coldly, "Start again. You applied wrong formula." Jimin again started solving. "So sorry." T hit on his chunkles in every single mistake. Jimin's small hand was now fully red. His hands were shaking a lot. He couldn't able to hold the pen. But did it affect T? Nah, he is a merciless mafia. Tears can't affect him. After 2 hours, he allowed Jimin to go to his room. Time skipped after 15 days. It was Jimin's first year second semester's result day. He happily came to his house to show his result to his Hyang. He again topped with 99%. He was so happy by the thought that now onwards his Hyang will never beat him. He will be free from all the sufferings. He put his result on the center table and went to his room to freshen up. After few minutes, T came there and saw Jimin's result. He angrily shouted Jimin's name and Jimin ran into the living room. Jimin, scared, yes, Yang. T, today is your result day, right? Jimin, happily, yes, Yang, and I again topped with 99%, cut off by his hard slap. T, shut up, just shut up. How much more lie will you tell? Throwed his result on his face. See your 99%, you literally got only 29%. Wait, let me show you what happened when you dared to lie in front of Asia's biggest mafia. Unbuckled his belt. Jimin, hold his legs. Hey, Yang, please believe me. I'm not lying. I really got 99%. I don't know how it shows only 29%. Ah! T again started beating him by the belt while saying hurtful words to him. T, you are really a useless boy. I never thought my brother is this much shameless and liar. I wish I never had any brother. You are just a disappointment for me. He didn't stop hitting him, not even a nanosecond. Jimin's body was fully covered with blood, but as he wore black clothes, so blood didn't visible. He was already passed out half an hour ago, but T didn't realize this. He kept hitting him, and at the end he left him there and went to his office. In T's office, he was sitting on his office while holding his head. His anger is on another level. Suddenly someone came into his office. V, what happened? Why are you sitting like this? T looked at the person. JK, when did you come back from Australia? You didn't even tell me. JK, OMG V, you are looking so tensed. What happened? I just came back few minutes ago. I straight came here to meet you. Now tell me what happened. T, Jimin made me so mad on him. JK, Jimin, now what did he do? He is so cute and pure boy. He never did anything which makes you worried. T, you took him so wrong, JK. He isn't like old Jimin. Today was his result day and he failed. So I beat him and came here. JK, V, have you gone mad? What did you do? Now I have to check him. He didn't hurt T's word clearly. He thought Jimin got less marks as he knew Jimin is topper student. He immediately left to T's home to check Jimin. He is Jungkook, T's best friend. He is 25 years old and in T's gang. He is a Mafia doctor. He went to Australia for some personal reason. He returned today after 7 months. He took Jimin as his younger brother. He didn't know what happened with Jimin. He came into T's house. He thought T only slapped Jimin for some times as he knew how much T loves Jimin. JK shouts, Jimin, Jimin, where are you, Jim? See, your cookie Yoongi is coming to meet you. He was shouting without looking at floor. Suddenly he bumped with something and fell on the floor. His eyes widened to see Jimin's lifeless body there. He quickly put his head on his lap and started patting his cheeks to wake him up. JK, Jim, wake up, bun. Don't scare your cookie Yoongi like this. When Jimin didn't woke up, he checked his pulse rate and immediately rushed to his private hospital because Jimin's pulse rate is tripping. He quickly came into his hospital and let down Jimin on the bed and started treating him with other doctors. His eyes went widened when he removed Jimin's clothes. His whole body was covered with blood and red and blue marks. His eye vision got blurring because of tears. He couldn't believe on his eyes. He didn't even think in his worst nightmare that T could did something like this. Soon his tears turned into anger. Time skipped after few hours. JK came into his hospital to check Jimin's condition but got super angry to see T outside of Jimin's room. He angrily went to him and grabbed his collar. He started punching him while shouting. JK, while punching him, you Kim freaking Taehyung, what are you doing here? Did you come here to check is he alive or dead? T, cracked voice, JK, what are you saying? He is my younger brother. JK shouts, no, he isn't anyone to you. You already lost him. T shouts, shut up JK, stop your nonsense. JK, lower your voice Kim Taehyung. I'm not afraid from you. If he is your brother, then you trust him and didn't beat him till the death. You left him to die. Now you don't have any right on him. I will take him with myself. I will never ever let your shadow on him, but for now I have something for you. JK dragged T towards his torture room where they found a boy tied up by ropes. JK threw T on the floor. He is the main culprit, Kim Taehyung. He is Jimin's classmate, Lee Yan. He was so jealous of Jimin because he got everyone's love. He wanted to defame Jimin in everyone's eyes, especially on your. That's why he exchanged his result with Jimin. Jimin topped in his both the semesters. JK told him everything and left from there. T angrily looked at him. So it was you behind my brother's pain. Because of you I tortured my brother a lot. Because of you I hurt my Chim. Lian scared. Please leave me. I just want to take revenge from him. T. Revenge? Let me show you what is revenge called. Evil laugh. T started beating him with a thick leather belt with whom he beated Jimin. He beated him till the death. After that he immediately left to hospital to meet his Chim. T came into Jimin's ward and saw JK was feeding him soup. He went near him and quickly hugged him tightly, and Jimin flinched hard and screamed in pain because his blue sheets ripped. Jimin screamed in pain. Ah! JK quickly pushed T. Are you mad? What are you doing? Isn't this much pain is enough for him, or do you wanna give him more? T. Sorry. Jim, I just wanna say sorry to you. I'm so sorry. Jimin turned his face on other side. Why are you saying sorry, and to whom? T. What do you mean by whom? I'm saying sorry to my brother, my Chim. Jimin. To the brother who died for you? T. Please Jim, don't say like this. Jimin. Cookie Yangi, please say him to go from here. His brother is already died. Here isn't his brother, said with teary eyes. T. Dropped on his knees. Please Jim, don't say like this. I can't live without you. JK. T, you himself ruined everything. Whenever Jim got discharged, I will take him with myself. He will not live with you. His cookie Yangi is still alive to take care of him. T begged in front of him. Please JK, don't do this. I know I did a big mistake. My deeds are unforgivable. But please punish me but not take my Jim away from me. Please, I can't live without him. JK dragged him outside. You yourself lead you here. You don't deserve him. T was begging to let him meet Jimin, but JK didn't allow. Indeed, he is the biggest mafia. If he wants, then take Jimin with him and nobody can stop him. But right now he isn't any mafia. He is just an elder brother who hurt his baby brother, and now his brother don't wanna see him. Time skipped after 5 months. It's been 5 months since Jimin lived with JK. He is perfectly fit and fine and out of depression. JK really took good care of him. He didn't allow Jimin to sleep alone as he got nightmare of getting beaten up. Jimin neither talked with T nor looked at T in this meantime. T daily comes at JK's house just to apologize to Jimin and took him back with himself in their house, but Jimin never came in front of him. T was feeling guilty of his deeds. Jimin also knew this. 5 months were enough time to punish him. In the living room, T barged inside the living room. Jim! Jimin immediately turned his face and about to go, but T stopped him by holding his hand. T handed him a sharp knife. Jim, just kill me. I can't bear your ignorance more. I'm dying slowly. It's better you kill me at once. Just kill me and let me free from this pain. It's unbearable now. I know I don't deserve your forgiveness. Jimin threw the knife and slapped him with his full strength. What rubbish are you talking, Kim Taehyung? How can I kill my Hyung? My Hyung is my life. Yes, I am angry. No, very angry from him. But it doesn't mean that I will kill him. Start crying. It's better I will take my life. How can you say this, Hyung? How? Dropped on his knees and started crying. T quickly hugged him. I'm so sorry, Jim. Please forgive your Hyung. I wasn't in my right sense. That's why I did that. Please forgive me. They both started crying while hugging each other. JK was standing at little far and smiled to see them again reunited. JK cleared his throat. Hugging without me? Isn't it so much cruelty with me? T wiped his happy tears. Come here, you jealous boy. By the way, Jim, your small baby hand. hurts a lot while rubbing his cheek. Jimin hit on his chest. You deserve it. JK went to them and they all again hugged tightly. Trust is the base of every relationship. No relationship can work without trust. So trust on your loved ones and give them chance to explain their side of the stories too. Don't jump on any conclusion without knowing the full truth. The end. Author's note. That's it for today. I hope you all like it. This is requested one shot. It is requested by her. Sorry dear, I couldn't add injection part because video is already very long. This is my first time to make this type of fanfics. I always make funny fanfics. I hope I didn't disappoint you. If you have any idea regarding one shot, then please share it with me. I will love to make it. Till then, take care of yourself. Love you all. If you are new in this channel, then follow me on Wattpad and Insta too. Link is in description section. If you wanna read some shipping stories, then subscribe my second channel. Please don't go without like, subscribe and comment. It doesn't take more time. It motivates me to write more stories for you. If you like this story, then please subscribe the channel. I assure you that you will never gonna regret on your decision. Thanks for watching.